Okay, guys, so we're finally here. It's Mega Mash someday after Monday because we waited too long again. Let's get into it. Alright, so today we're talking about Kurame. It's been a while. I've been hyping this dude up. He's a pretty cool kid. I like him. I like him as a character. And today you guys get to dive into him a little bit with me. Alright, so let's click that play button. So who is Kurame? It's a great question. He's this guy, right? I'm drawing him now. Some of his defining characteristics are he's a big guy. He's, I guess if you had to compare him to somebody from Smash, he'd be the Ike character, the Bowser, the Ganondorf. He's a really big guy. He's slow and bulky. He looks... I want him to have that heroic look, like the superhero kind of build. Even, a little heavier than that even. Like a weightlifter kind of build. So he's a really big upper torso. His legs are strong, but not. I really want the focus to be on his upper body because that's where all of his strength is. He carries this gigantic sword, so almost as tall as he is. And while it is not as heavy as it looks, it's still a really heavy sword. That thing will kill you. So this guy is a really heavy hitter. He's not going to do a ton of damage, but he has a lot of high knockback on his moves. And a lot of range. And covers huge spaces of area. He controls a lot of space with his mash and Mega Mash attacks. Feels so lame saying that. Oh man, I gotta. Okay, yeah. Oh, I didn't mention this. He comes from Run, right? Run is I'm not going to go too much into the comments, but he comes from Run. And you'll see other characters from the same world, and they're going to share similar character design, I guess, since they come from the same world. That makes sense, right? So yeah, here you can see me drawing some of his attacks, and that's what I'm talking about when I talk about range, right? He carries a huge sword, bam, and he'll swing it and cover huge. You can't see me swinging. He'll cover huge zones of area with his attacks, and while they are slow, the range on them makes it so that he can do that relatively safe, especially on block and stuff like that. He's gonna be safe. Oh, and he beats blocks, man. His attacks are gonna beat, like flat out just beat blocks. So that's pretty neat too. He's a very dangerous character in the right hands. Now his sword, let's go a little bit more in depth on that. He has this sword called the Two Sword. It's because it's two swords. It breaks apart. If you jump on my Twitter, you can see like a more recent design than this one. And basically, the sword's gonna break apart into two swords. There's two really long, still pretty heavy swords. And he swings them around like a crazy person. The thing about him is while trained, doesn't have a huge amount of nets. He never finished his training, and I want that to show in his animations and stuff. He's just a really big, strong guy, and he can throw his weight around. So he uses the two sword mode in his special. So his recovery moves, his neutral special, which is kind of like Marth's blade dance. Yeah, you can, the difference is you can charge the hits that make them stronger and eventually make them break shields and stuff, break blocks. So that's pretty neat. His down special is like a I don't want to call it a counter, man. I don't know what I want to call this thing, but it's basically a shield, a block state, where he has super armor. That's what that stuff's called, man. Super armor. He activates like a super armor mode, so he can use it as a counter, I guess. So he can beat a lot of attacks, do that stance, the two, and yeah, two counters. His focus attack. His focus builds up as he uses his mash attacks. So the more you use your mash attacks, the more that meter's gonna build. Eventually, once it reaches its max, he has enhanced versions of his special moves. So his recovery, it's like Cloud. Yeah, like Cloud stuff. But enhanced versions of his moves. So, I'm not going to go too much in depth on that. And then you can watch me draw some just random poses for the character. Yeah. I guess I'll talk more about him and about the game, right? Now, so I like him. He's a cool character. This is Main's main. The main character in the game starts out with this character. And while he's not considered very good in the competitive scene. I'm me. I mean, like Samus. I mean, Samus and Melee. I mean, Sheik and Brawl. So, you know me. I'm gonna make this character use some random medium tier character and make that character good. At least for now, you know, at this level of play, he can use them and be relatively successful. He has huge areas of effect. He has really high knockback, but not the largest damage. Does good damage, but there are characters that are going to be able to do more, of course. What else did I want to say? I mean, yeah, that's really it. I guess I can plug myself. Is that the right way to say that? You can follow me on Twitter. We had this huge boom, man. We increased 150% in like a week, I think, and then everything plateaued out. I've been stuck at 124 on Twitter, 124 followers. So definitely, please, I beg of you guys, if you can, share. Am I zooming in or something? Why am I so close, man? Okay, so share it with your friends, man. That'll help me a lot. And it'll help the channel a lot. So share this, you know, the YouTube channel, and then share the Twitter. If you follow on Twitter and just ask for a picture, I'll draw it for you. So very low risk. I don't know if I spam Twitter, but it's mostly with art and stuff like that. So not the worst thing in the world. Thing 2. Next week, what are we gonna do next week, guys? Let me know. That's a good idea, right? Let me know what you want to see. So we can talk about. I'll give you 2 options. There's Ruby, who is a character from a different world here. She's a very unique and fun character. She's a gravity magician. Let's say that. And then there's Ruby, the in-world the in-world character, let's call it that mains Ruby, one of the best rubies, you know, quote-unquote best rubies in the world. Is so hard to measure in reality. That's what people consider her, and she's a girl, so that's a fair or not. She gets a lot of cool points for doing that. All right, so yeah, guys, hit me up below. As always, God bless, be safe. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.